Hi.
Hi, how's everybody?
Great.
Good.
Awesome.
My name is Anna. Today I will be talking about a topic that has a lot of controversy. It is about the death penalty. I will not be trying to persuade you whether it is right or wrong. I will just give you a few facts that I feel like are what you need to hear in order to decide whether it is right or wrong. Have you ever been in a situation where you were accused of lying and you knew you were telling the truth, but you couldn't prove it? Now, what if this had to do with your life? This may be what being on death row is like for some people. The death penalty is the legal punishment of death for a crime committed. And this dates back to many, many years ago, but the Federal Death Penalty Act of 1994 made a major impact, expanding the number of eligible offenses to 60. This may not seem like a very big number, but when you put into consideration a person's life, it may seem like a much, much bigger number. Now, the three factors that I believe will affect your choice, whether it is right or wrong, are first, it being ethically wrong or right. A lot of people see it as a contradiction. The reason people see it as a contradiction is because you're saying it is okay or we can legally kill someone for killing some other person. It just doesn't seem right. And it doesn't allow someone to change. It also doesn't allow someone to really think about their actions that they have done. Second is a victim's family. A lot of families have actually spoken about this topic. There is an article called Victims' Families in which a state representative who had a father and a brother-in-law killed in separate incidents have both the murderers be put on death row, and he witnessed the death row inmate get killed, and he called it a ritualized killing. He said it did no good to the family because of the many years that they had to go through for the trials and going to the hearings and everything. It just elongated their grief. The third, and most people see it as the most important, is the fact that it affects everyone. The cost of it is a lot more than most people expect it to be. Do any of you actually know how much it costs?
No.
Do you have maybe an estimate of what it could cost?
Thousands, maybe?
Well, if you take into consideration the expenses for the legal fees for the appeals and hearings, both state and federal courts, it gets put into a lot more than just, the costs add up a lot more, or the costs begin to add up to a lot higher because it's not just the killing that we pay for. And we actually end up paying for this through taxes. And the Death Penalty Information Center did a research study for Florida, and the cost ended up being $51 million a year more than it would be to put someone on life without parole. But the most expensive state is actually California. Do you think you can guess how much California is compared to the $51 million a year?
70?
It's actually $114 million more.
Wow.
And do you want to know how many years someone gets put on death row? At least
5?
10?
25 is the least amount of years. And in those 25 years, they actually get put into a separate jail. And the separate jail is actually a lot better than a normal jail. Some of them have actually have flat screens. They get put into a separate jail. They don't have to have another inmate in the same room. and they get better food. So some people actually subconsciously want to be put on death row because they know they're going to be in jail for life, so they'd rather just kill someone. There was actually a case where a man killed the other inmate in his room just to be put on death row because he knew he would get a better life there.
So it's kind of like having a reward.
It's kind of seen as a reward. So I hope that those 3 factors help you decide whether you believe it is right or wrong. Thank you.